It has been a full 30 days since my last live and like kind of like recap of like everything. And obviously there's some changes. We got a location change. Wanted to try natural light, see how that works, but hair change, body change, everything. Everything's different. Everything's changed. Um, since hearing the news of Takeoff passing, and then it was one after another, and it's been so heavy, the energy, losing Takeoff the way that we did, losing um, Aaron Carter, losing, we lost a family member month of November, and it's just every time there's another loss, I'm definitely feeling the whole life is precious, life is short, do what you can. And it really lit a fire in my heart to do things like immediately. So, like, after I did that last live, I immediately was like, okay, I'm gonna go make. I'm gonna go make a good breakfast. I'm going to make sure that like I'm going to the gym consistently. I need to make sure that I'm on top of my health. I need to make sure that I am on top of my surroundings and my safety. And it's just been so much of an eye-opening experience to do like a 180 from like the obliviousness that I was in. Firstly, I needed to change the way I was eating. When you lose someone to heart complications or diabetes and like all that other like type of stuff, or it's like a sudden passing, it hits so hard. And being blindsided like that from someone who wasn't like chronically like in the hospital, or like when you know it's or they're getting older and stuff like that, it takes such a different like mental state. So and I noticed a lot of other people were losing loved ones this past month and even already at the beginning of this month, and I'm so sorry, and my heart goes out to all of you. And don't hesitate to reach out, because sometimes like we just need somebody to talk to vent about the feelings that we have inside. And on Instagram, especially if you want to go and follow me there, send like a DM. I get little alerts for like everything, so I will probably see it and be able to. I will see it and I will get back to you. Firstly, I wanted to go over some weight loss. On Halloween, I started off at 280 pounds, and obviously was not thrilled about that, was not happy, was not having a good time, was emotionally eating a lot to deal with all of the unplanned changes that were going on in life that were beyond out of my control, and that feeling of hopelessness and helplessness was like at an all-time high. But I really needed to like grab the bull by the horns and do something else. And so I had to take, the time to go grocery shopping, to get better food, to make sure I'm putting better food in my body, to make sure I'm hydrated, to make sure I'm moving more. And we got gym memberships that day, and we've been going pretty consistently. I think we took a couple days off for some travel for, unfortunately, a funeral, and then we took a few days off for being sick. So now we're back. We're better than ever. I feel stronger. I feel a lot better. I am down to 267 now, so that's a total of 13 pounds lost. Um, I made it a priority to have structure. I needed to make sure that I did one task that either bettered me, the household, or my health and wellness, or even like my emotional, mental, spiritual health every day. So that's what I did. So on Instagram, I have reels of like a little bit of my everyday from November 1st to the 30th. And I just took one thing at a time. I needed to be 1% better every day. And to have the motivation, because some days I didn't. Some days I didn't. I didn't feel like it. I was like, no, I don't want to go to the gym, or like I'm tired, like all the excuses that we like make up and stuff like that. But I did allow myself rest days, which were very important, and recovery days from traveling and from the heartache and the loss that was going on all at the same time. So many changes that are outside of your control. Like, we don't know how people react to certain things, and so needing to take care of other people or other things, taking more on the plate and stuff like that. Starting to revamp to get ready to re-enter the workforce has also been a big driving factor in doing all of what I've been doing for this like month and stuff like that. Even though things have been hitting the fan back to back to back to back, I'm trying not to beat myself up about the things that I can't change, and it's easier said than done. I struggle so hard with it still. Um, Coming to terms with my binge eating, that was probably the hardest, because if I'm happy, I want to eat. If I'm sad, I want to eat. I'm an emotional eater. And then experiencing loss, I definitely tend to lean towards comfort foods, and it's wintertime and seasonal depression, and there's just so many factors like compounded on top of everything, and then loss on top of all of that. So with the tools that I had, and I did so much research, and I went online and I looked at other YouTube videos to see if there were other people struggling with the same things I do, and there's a good amount of people. Sorry, all tongue-tied. And learning that I could do it myself and on my terms was super exciting and really, really cool. So I took it slow, and so far, you know, all 30 days of November have been binge free, and these first 2 days of December have been binge free as well. And it feels really good, and I'm very proud of myself. And I'm not saying I'm cured. I'm not saying that I'm never going to binge again or anything like that. Like, you know, life comes at you fast, and sometimes, you know, I'm human. I slip up, relapse, whatever you want to call it. And I've just been really happy with my progress so far. I've been writing down lists to keep myself organized. I have like notebooks and stuff like that. Of course, you can't see it, it's super washed out, but I have a planner, I have a notebook, and then I have a things to do. I hope this doesn't like make a like a issue, but like it's like it's stuff like this, like things that like you can use to kind of get your stuff together, because my brain's super squirrely and all over the place. So this is when things get hectic, I can look and I have something, a point of reference. Having a point of reference is super important. I find that writing things down versus typing it in my phone is so much more helpful to me. So I've definitely been excited about, you know, doing that. And I feel like my writings improved. Not like my writings improved, but like my actual, like the way the letters look on the page, if that makes sense. And I've been trying to take more time for art and for nature, going on walks, obviously going to the gym, increasing the amount of activity level, increasing my productivity, doing deep cleaning task one thing at a time, instead of trying to be like, I'm going to clean this whole section. No, I'm breaking it down into a smaller, more like bite-sized chunk. And so I think that with knowing that like, okay, I have one thing that I really need to get done today, and like several things that like if they get done, cool, bonus, but if not, it's not the end of the world, and I will do it tomorrow. And now I'm able to do obviously more than one task, more than one big task at once, because I'm used to it now. So getting like back into it, and I know that doesn't seem like something earth shattering or like whatever, but sometimes like being overwhelmed by life, like you can become a little paralyzed, a little deer in the headlights, a little frozen. And knowing that I have a space, I have the time, and I now have the energy to do so. Incorporating more protein, less, I wouldn't even say less carbs, but like not as frequent carb eating. Fruits and veggies, always a must for the stuff that I have going on with me, and then making sure that I am not consuming anything that is going to trigger an inflammatory response to my system, because that can knock me out for a whole day, unfortunately. But all of that aside, definitely took everything that I felt that one day to heart, and I applied it, and it's been a really good turnaround. And I want to see how much I can keep this going, because I feel like everyone kind of waits for January to start to get their stuff in gear, to get their life together, to be like, oh, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna eat good. And I was thinking to myself, with all the things that were going on, and I was so squished at the time emotionally, I was like, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Absolutely nothing. Why? I don't need to wait for when everybody else feels like they're ready to do it. I can do it at my own time. And that time was November 1st. So November, good month overall for productivity, for health, wellness, checks, weight loss, overall physical fitness, strength, mental tenacity and discipline, motivation, inspiration, all that stuff. And so I took my inspiration and turned it into motivation. And normally the thing that drives me, unfortunately, is fear. Fear is my biggest motivator. And so the fear of that happening to me or someone else that like I know, or in my immediate family or my friend group, my very close friend group, that it rattled me to my core. And I definitely want to continue on this upward trajectory, and that I don't see a reason for me to stop or slow down, because I know that like in the event of losing more people, especially the ones that like I feel like are having a rough time right now, if they go, they would want me to keep kicking butt. They would want me to keep going. They would want me to celebrate the life that they had lived and to honor that, if that makes sense. And knowing that they would probably be really upset if I like fell apart for, half a year or something like I did last time, then I feel like they'd be not disappointed, but and they would, I feel like they would understand the grieving part of it and all that stuff, and needing to take my time with that. But I feel better equipped. I feel like I have more tools in my arsenal to be able to do things and stuff like that, and to overcome the mental gymnastics and the obstacles that before I just could not. I could not. I don't know if there was a mental block on it or not, but we'll see. This has been super, super chatty. I'm so sorry. But also getting proper supplements. And once I'm able to switch everything over for either work or healthcare, then I will be able to get things done more regularly as I used to do before the pandemic. The pandemic kind of messed me up medically. But anyway, I definitely want to make sure that, you guys feel loved and appreciated and all that good stuff, because it's so important. It's so important. And that there's someone like to listen, to actually listen, not to just like butt in or interject with like all of their stuff, because that's kind of the way like a lot of us are, and I'm very guilty of it myself. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I did keep to my word, and it feels good, and I would like to continue on this. And if you would like to watch that journey a little more closely, I don't think I'm gonna do a Vlogmas type thing this year. I don't know that I have the equipment for it, but I could try. And if I do, I think it'll be really boring, but it'd be realistic. So that kind of sums it all up. I am on here. I am on YouTube. I'm on here is YouTube. Wow. Good morning. It's like evening almost, but on Instagram, Victoria Huffman, YouTube, Victoria Huffman, and Facebook, Victoria Huffman. So it's the same across the board. And I'm definitely more active on Instagram than any other platform. So if you want to see more of the day-to-day life, definitely go give me a follow over there, and then you can see the whole like in-depth thing of what like No Nonsense November like really was for me. And if you would like, let me know in the comments, give this some thumbs up, whatever you want to do to either be like, yes, we like this is good stuff, or no, this is not the sauce. Let me know either way. And I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys had a good November, and I hope you have a good December as well. So I will catch you in the next one.